Malika, this is turning into a battle of control over the short and long-term future of Jonathan Kuminga as a Warrior or otherwise.
Hey, he put up good numbers for Philly, but he put up good numbers when somebody had to score. And yeah, he was efficient doing it, but come on, you're not getting paid off of putting up some numbers for a team that's losing every night.
The agents and the players are probably I balled out. I averaged 20 plus points a game last year. I should be getting at least 20 million a year. But we're not seeing that.
This NBA offseason is almost over. The draft is finished. Summer League has been over for a while now. All the major free agents have been signed. We're just waiting on October to arrive. But saying almost, there are still 4 more players that are going through probably the worst free agency experience ever. We got Josh Giddey, Jonathan Kuminga, Quentin Grimes, and Cam Thomas. Every one of these players can be exceptional for a championship team. Josh Giddey is an all-around point guard. Jonathan Kuminga has shown his playoff experience and is only 22 years old. And Grimes and Thomas are ultimate bucket getters when you need it. So, why hasn't any of these guys been signed? This is the first year that the new CBA is affecting free agents on another level. To make a long story short, the NBA and NBPA agreed to a collective bargaining agreement in 2023 that created 2 aprons above the salary cap. If the team spends too much money on players and goes past that first apron, then teams get restricted with not being able to do any sign-in trades, can't take more money in the trade, and many other things. Going past the second apron is even worse because you get all the consequences from the first apron, plus they can't send out cash, can't sign and trade their own free agents, and could even have a first-round pick frozen in 2032. The aprons are bad. That's pretty much all you have to know. And on top of those punishments, the owners still have to pay more money if they go over the luxury tax, which is lower than the first apron. So going back to this year's free agents, we see why these guys haven't been signed. Each of these 4 guys are asking for 25 to 30 million a year, and they're all deserving of it. But it's not a matter of when they'll get it. It's a matter of if they can get it. There are only 2 teams under the salary cap, and that's the Nets and Jazz. Then you have the majority of the teams that are over the cap but under the aprons, who are looking to stay there in that range. Then you have a couple teams that are above the first and second aprons, which are teams looking to contend for a championship this season, or will have to make a salary dump trade in the later future. So realistically speaking, there are only 2 teams that can afford to pay one of these guys what they want. And then you have to take into account that these teams don't want to sign these players, or these players don't want to sign with these teams. The Jazz have a lot of cap space, but want to stick it out with their own young core and don't want to pay anybody a ton of money. The Nets are a good landing spot being in New York, but these 4 guys aren't looking to be a part of that organization. So, what's going to happen with these guys? Jonathan Kuminga has been in the light the most out of these guys, and rightfully so. He's the best one out of them, he has the most potential, and can bring the most to a team looking to contend. The Warriors offered a 2-year, $45 million contract, but Kuminga is looking to get a long-term deal worth around 80 to 90 million. There's rumors about a sign and trade to the Suns for him, but the Suns don't have anybody to offer, so the Warriors are declining that. Kuminga wants to go to the Kings. What the Warriors are asking for is too high for them, as they want a star and a first-round pick in return. What I think will happen is the Warriors will end up coming to terms with Kuminga and sign him to a 2-year deal that includes a player option. That way the Warriors get the 2-year deal that they want, and Kuminga is still in control of his future if he continues to ball out this season. Then you have Josh Giddey, who was iffy at the start of last season, but really started to pick it up towards the end. Now, unlike Kuminga, Giddey is looking to compromise to end this nightmare of a free agency. And the reason for this is no other team is making a competitive offer. He has a very rare play style that you have to play through, and most teams aren't looking for that kind of player right now. So he's probably going to sign back with the Bulls on a 3-year, $70 million deal. But then you have Quentin Grimes and Cam Thomas. Both of these guys have showed their ability to score the ball at a high level. But just like Kuminga and Giddey, nobody's flocking for these guys' services. Grimes and the 76ers are far apart on coming to a deal. with Grimes wanting 25 million, but the Sixers not wanting to give up more than 15 million since it would put him over the second apron. Thomas, on the other hand, is going through a dispute with one of the teams that actually have the money to pay him. Zach Lowe said teams think he's an empty calories ball, which pissed off Cam Thomas. He shot at Zach Lowe from his statements and then went after his GM in a different tweet, saying he can't control what the GM want to do with the team. Both of these guys are upset with their team, but I think these guys are going to get the bad end of the stick on this one. The 76ers are not budging on their $15 million a year offer, and the Nets aren't going to give Thomas the $30 million he wants. So I think both of these guys sign the qualifying offer and head into unrestricted free agency next season. These guys have been unlucky enough to hit free agency this year, and we still have yet to see what's going to happen with them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.